to my page, Cherish Naturally. Today, I'm going to share with you a challenge that I have given myself for the entire year. So my hair is in twists, and I decided to just wear my hair in twists for the whole year. The reason being is because I want to grow waist-length hair. My goal for this year is to grow at least 4 inches for a year. So keep in mind, I will be doing trim or dusting my ends. And then you have to talk about shedding and just length retention. My goal is to also grow my edges back from postpartum hair loss. In addition, I want to just have more volume in my hair and of course get the length. As a child, I wore my hair in twists, so I wasn't a fan of it, but all the girls who have achieved long hair, they have a protective hairstyle and a nice regimen. So the goal for me is to do my hair at least once a month and leave my hair in for about 3 weeks. There may be some times where I have an event to go to where I can do like a wash and go, but the goal is to have my hair in twists the majority of the year. Hey guys, so far I have washed my hair. I did use the pre-poo. So I'm actually just using this hair oil by Nazara Organics. I pre-pooed my hair for 45 minutes, did the deep conditioner, not the deep conditioner, the protein treatment by Nazara Organics, and I rinsed that out after 45 minutes. I did have a shower cap on, and then after that, I used Design Essentials Almond and Avocado shampoo and conditioner. I washed my hair about 3 times and then did the conditioner. Then I currently have the Baskin Lather Aloe and Honey deep conditioner in my hair. I'm going to leave it in for about 30 minutes and rinse it out. And then I will put this moisturizer by Nazara Organics in and with a little oil, and then I will start my twist out. I did use this unbrush in the shower as I was washing. I just did a little bit, but mainly I did the finger detangling. For any good challenge, you want to have a baseline so you can see your progress. Here are where my edges currently are, and this is growth from my postpartum hair loss. It was completely bare before, but I want to see more progress. Here's my current curl pattern. Some pieces are more straight than the others. And here's a little length check. The front of the hair, the side of the hair, about armpit length, and then the back of my hair reaches about the 2 mark on my shirt, which is hang time. And a little twirl on my freshly washed and conditioned hair. Typically when I wash and style my hair, I start in 4 sections. For this twist style, I'm using the Dew Mousse, and I'm going to literally lather my hair in this. I want every strand smothered in mousse. I have purchased this mousse about 3 or 4 times, and I typically use it on my twist outs, but I love how lightweight it is, and although you could see the product, it doesn't dry and like cake on. So there's not a lot of product buildup. I'm still trialing to see how it works with my hair, but so far my last twist that I did, the hold was pretty good. So here you see I just work in sections. I smooth in the mousse and then I twist. After each section, I did seal with some oil. As I'm twisting my hair, I am noticing which parts are thinner, and it's mainly around the perimeter of my hair where my edges are. So hopefully I'll see some growth there. I chose to skip the blow drying and twist on wet hair. But if you're a beginner and you're new at parting your hair and doing your hair by yourself, I find that blow drying your hair first makes it easier to part. This is because when your hair is wet and it shrinks, sometimes that can hide the part and kind of make your comb like skip. So then it can appear to be like a zigzag part instead of a straight part. Rat tail combs also work well. I just find the thinnest comb that I have. And you can also use a clip to move the hair out of the way after you part it. That way your hair doesn't go back to the other side and kind of blur the line. I'm only working with 1 mirror, so I can't really see what I'm doing, so I'm just using my fingers to feel for it. However, if you have 2 mirrors, that can help you see how you are parting and working with your hair. You also want to have some type of slip to your hair. Like I said, I've used a lot of mousse on my hair, but if you are trying to part on dry hair, I wouldn't recommend that because it's more prone to breakage. The part pattern that I chose is squares because it's the easiest, but I know sometimes people like to get fancy and do triangles, or you can just do it organic and just grab hair and twist as you go. Something else that is very important is you want to rotate your parting grid, if you will. So if you're doing the square pattern, you don't want to start in the middle of your head every single time because that can break off your hair. And you don't want to yank pieces of hair into your part because that can also break it. The front of my hair is a lot thinner, so I made the parts a little bigger so that these braids aren't extremely tiny. But you will see later I do have some braids that are smaller because it needs to grow there. I am timing how long it's taking to do my hair, and it's taking about 30 minutes per section. As you work through each section, you want to make sure you have a spray bottle if you need to re-wet your hair. But I recommend, like I said before, working in sections and not just wetting your whole hair and applying mousse to your whole hair. Work in sections so that your hair doesn't retangle, and then you can have more control over what you're doing. This whole look took about 2 hours. I decided not to use edge control this time so my edges can breathe, but here it is. I like how it turned out. I think the twists are pretty uniform, minus the perimeter of my hair, but I'm pretty pleased with it. If you would like to take this challenge with me, follow along and subscribe, and let me know what your hair goals are.